Hello students, Standard 8. We were doing the revision of chapter number 1. But I stopped it because there will be a unit test at the end of this month in which chapter number 3, 4, 5 and 6 are included. And our chapter number 4, practical geometry, is not finished, so I am starting chapter 4 and then after that we will continue with the revision. So now, practical geometry, in which in the lower standards also you learn small practical geometries. For example, to construct a line segment of given length, to find the midpoint by the bisector. Also you learn how to draw some angles without using protractor, because in practical geometry only in few circumstances only you have to use the protractor. Here we have to use the scale and your rounder, or it is also known as compass, that is available in your compass box. I also have this made up of plastic so that I can explain you. So in practical geometry we have to use the minimum things to draw the given figure. Now, in the last standard, in the standard 7th, what did you learn? You learn how to draw a triangle. We know that triangle has 3 sides and 3 angles. So there are 6 elements are there. Triangle has 6 elements. Now out of these 6, you learn that to construct a unique triangle, 3 out of 6 elements are required under a certain combination. It means that they will give you a combination, not any 3, but maybe any 3 sides, or 2 sides and an angle, or 2 angles and a side, etc. So under a special combination, certain combination, if the 3 elements of the triangles are given, we can construct a triangle uniquely. Now we know that our quadrilateral, what is quadrilateral? Quadrilateral is a polygon having 4 line segments. So the polygon made up of 4 line segments is known as quadrilateral. And as we learned already, the elements of the quadrilateral. A quadrilateral has total how many? 10 elements. 4 sides, 4 angles and 2 diagonals. Right? So quadrilateral has 4 sides, 4 angles and 2 diagonals. So total 10 elements are there. Now in triangle we saw that if any 3 elements are given, not any 3 actually, according to a special certain combination, if 3 elements are given with a certain combination, then we can draw a triangle uniquely. Now here in quadrilateral, minimum how many elements should be there, should be given, so that a quadrilateral can be constructed uniquely. Uniquely means it must have the spatial design exactly. If anybody can draw, it should be the same. So here we have to learn about it that so constructing a quadrilateral. To construct a unique quadrilateral, we need to know 5 measurements in a spatial combinations. So as we talked that they have how many? 10 elements. Quadrilateral has 10 elements. But out of 10, we don't need all of the 10. But 5 measurements should be necessary. And not any 5 as I told you. With some spatial combination. Because sometimes if 5 measurements are given but to draw some side or some angle, if the specific measurement is not there, then we cannot construct triangle, or we can construct but not uniquely. Means people can take their own measurement when that certain measurements are missing. So there must be a spatial combinations, and that combinations are given here. We are going to learn about that spatial combination, that which combinations are given, then and then only we can construct that quadrilateral uniquely. So first of all, 4 sides and 1 diagonal. If all the 4 sides are given along with 1 diagonal, so there are total 5 elements. So in this situation, easily we can construct a quadrilateral uniquely. So first is 4 sides and 1 diagonal. You know the diagonal, what is diagonal? Diagonal means when we join the 2 opposite vertices, then that line segment is known as the diagonal of the quadrilateral. So 4 sides and 1 diagonal. Second combination, 2 diagonals and 3 sides. If all 4 sides are not given, 3 sides, and then both the diagonals should be given. So both diagonals and the side of any 3 side measurements are given, then also we can construct a quadrilateral uniquely. Third situation, 2 adjacent sides and 3 angles. You know that what is adjacent side? Suppose this is a quadrilateral. Say A, B, C, D. In which the sides which have a common vertex are known as adjacent sides. Here you can see that line segment AB and line segment AD has common vertex A. So these two are called adjacent sides. Similarly, AB and BC also have a common vertex. So they are also adjacent sides. Those two are adjacent sides. Those two are adjacent sides. So 2 adjacent sides and 3 angles means any 2 adjacent sides are given and 3 angles are given, then automatically the 4th angle will be there, because we know the angle sum property also. So only that 3 sides, 2 adjacent sides and 3 angles are given, then also we can construct a quadrilateral. Next, 3 sides and 2 included angles. Now what is included angles? That also first let us understand. Included means when the 2 sides are there and the angle is formed by that 2 sides, then that angle is known as the included angle according to that 2 sides. Suppose we take angle side AB and side AD. So which angle is between them? Obviously angle A. So angle A is the included angle of line segment AB and AD. Similarly, angle C is the included angle of the 2 sides. So the sides are the adjacent there. So the 2 adjacent sides, and then the angle between them is known as included angles. So 3 sides and 2 included angles. So suppose those 3 sides are given. Then those 2 are the included angles. Those 2 are not included because they are not between any sides given. So if those 3 sides are given, then angle A and angle D must be given. So 3 sides and included angles, 2 included angles. So that 5 elements are also given. Then also we can construct uniquely the given quadrilateral. Then next one is using spatial properties of a square or a rhombus or a rectangle, etc. We know that in the rhombus all the sides are equal. We know that in the rhombus the diagonals bisect each other and they are perpendicular also. In a rectangle both the diagonals are equal. So in this situation maybe sometimes not the 5 measurements are given, but maybe sometimes 2, sometimes 3 only also given. But then you know the properties. So we have to use that properties, and that is very actually not difficult, but that we have to remember carefully that a rhombus is there, only one side is given. Now what can we do? But then you should remember the definition of the rhombus or trapezium or whatever is given. Then you have to remember the characteristics, you have to remember the definitions and all of them. So if you remember everything perfectly, the definition, the properties, and then if less than 5 measurements are also given, then you can uniquely construct the quadrilateral. So here in construction or the practical geometry, accuracy is also very necessary. So before we start the construction, let us talk about something that you have to keep in the mind. So whenever we draw a quadrilateral, or in the future also you will learn about more construction, what basic necessary things that you have to remember? That when you draw any arc or any line segment, draw precisely. Precisely means don't draw a long arc, too long, more than necessary. And don't even draw a very short arc. At least it should be visible, it should be understandable. So that is the first thing, that when you draw any arc using your rounder, then arc must be of precise size. Means not too small and not too long that it get confused. Similarly, other things, that keep your construction neat and clean. Means whenever you draw, when you use your compass or your rounder, make sure that it is not loose like that. That anytime it can change the radius. It should be like tight, so that if you draw that, then the radius does not change. So that is also very important. If your rounder is very loose, then when you draw, it will be change the radius, and then you will not be able to construct the quadrilateral or any properly. Next thing, your pencils. Pencils must be sharpened. If your point is very blunt, then it will not give you perfect quadrilateral. Means there will be some errors, and then it is you will lose your marks. Here, so as I told you, keep it clean. So if your pencil is sharpened, and probably keep 2 pencils. 2 pencils for what? One is to draw lines with the help of the scale, and the other must be fitted in your rounder. Always keep one. Other, you can take a small pencil, whatever, but keep 2 pencils sharpened, one for the drawing the lines and the other must be fitted in the your rounder. Otherwise every time you have to take out from the rounder and put it in the rounder and it takes a time. So rather always keep two pencils ready when you draw the construction, and as I told you, it must be sharpened so that your measurements should be accurate. If your pencil is blunt, then it will be like a very rough, looking rough, and measurement also will be little less or more not accurate. And therefore, that is the thing. Other things, that your scale also should not have the line which is very what you call it, rough. It must be a smooth line. Sometimes it is broken at some part. Then when you draw the line, it will not be the straight line. It will have some zigzags. And therefore, be careful and you should have these things ready. Then you can have very nice quadrilateral. So next time when we have the other video, we will be learning this construction of quadrilateral when they are having given some combination. So keep ready, as I told you the things. So in the next video, when we construct our first quadrilateral, then you will be ready with me, so that as what I do, same time you can start at your home also, so that you will not be misunderstanding. Means when it is like that, if you see the video and then after looking video, if you want to draw, then there will be problem, because whatever I doing, wherever I put my rounder, you have to put at the same place in your notebook, and same arc that I draw. So then same time, then it will be very easier for you to understand that where to put the point, where to draw the arc, how much big should be the arc, and etc. So here I am going to finish this lesson. In next session, get ready with the all that things that I tell you. So it will be followed in the PDF, and any problem write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.